Hey guys, welcome to our Wednesday night episode of BeanTown Boxing, Banter, and Bullshit. AJ Rivera and myself, every Wednesday night, bringing you guys boxing, everything boxing. Tonight we have two fighters from the Future 9 card coming up here in Springfield, Mass, at AIC. Anuel Rosa and Oscar Bonilla, two friends of the show. They've both been on before. We're getting real close to fight night, so figured we'd have these guys on to chop it up again. Want to give a thank to our sponsors, Shern's Boxing, June Ness, Rivera Promotions, of course, as always, Platt's Landscaping, Remodel Works, and Emily's Interiors. And without them, we couldn't be here tonight. So thank you guys very much. And thank you guys for tuning in. All right, guys, as I was just mentioning, we're here tonight. AJ, thank you for coming through once again. Another performance here for Oscar Bonilla coming up. We're waiting. 3 weeks away, I think. Is it exactly 3 weeks? No, tomorrow?
Nah,
Tomorrow.
a little more.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. It's 3 weeks from tomorrow.
So this time it's a little different though, Oscar.
Yep, it
What's
is.
going down? It's for the strap. It's for the coveted 140 strap.
What's going on? AJ, what do you think is going on, AJ?
AJ doesn't want to give it up.
I know
I
what's
think-
going on.
I think, you know what? I look back on it and I'm like, what are the odds, right? You know, things happen for a reason. Oscar started his career before I even had a company. His career was with other people. And then I start my career, I get the ball rolling. We never got a chance to, link up. He had a little brief retirement while I was doing my thing, And then last year when COVID was like close to over or whatever, I think it was actually before it started, one or the other. It was either over or close to started, but I had built up Wilfredo to fight for this title. Wilfredo got a good offer on a Rhode Island show for CES. Took the fight, never got to fight for this belt. That was on my show. So I had these two guys fighting for it, and they get an accidental clash of heads in like the second round or whatever, third round. And any time the fight gets stopped before the fourth round, it's going to be an automatic draw. It don't matter who's winning. So belt comes home with me. Fast forward, Wilfredo's now able to fight. He's good. Him and Carlos, New England Fighter of the Year, they get a draw. Belt comes back home with me. So it's only right a draw gets a rematch. They get a rematch. They get another draw. This time, I don't want the belt. I give it to the podcast champ, Mike, because I'm like, there's no way that this belt keep coming home with me. But on that second fight, coincidentally, it was Oscar's first fight with me. Oscar's got enough fights and wins to be able to also fight for this belt. I know Wilfredo wasn't a fan of fighting at 140. So then it kind of worked out because then I'm like, okay, well, Wilfredo doesn't really want to fight at 140. His natural weight where he feels good and strong at is 47. So he could still get himself a belt. And what better way for Oscar with everything he's gone through in his career, what they went through with the family. Like it was almost like this belt was meant for him. Like it was being saved for him. This is that's the only way I could feel for it. So though you're the podcast champ, Mike, it's only right that we crown, whoever wins April 29th.
I endorse it. I'm happy to give it up, especially to Oscar, no doubt.
So
It's definitely coming
crazy.
home. I'm just letting y'all know from right now.
Love it, man.
So
right now it's coming home. It's coming to Bridgeport.
All right, so the 140 New England strap coming home to Oscar. Let's rewind a little bit. Tell us when you started boxing, how you got into boxing.
Wow. I was young. I was a kid. Well, I got into boxing because of my dad. I didn't really like it at first, but it kind of like grew on to me. Now it's a part of me. So even if I don't fight, I still feel like I need to somewhat train.
You need to be a part of it.
It's just a part of me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you turned pro. Are you with a promoter right away when you turned pro, or did you free agent for a while?
I went pro 2011, and I actually did get signed by GH3 Promotions. But we had a little disagreement. I mean, nothing crazy. It's just that it just wasn't working out. Me being over here in Connecticut, them in New Jersey, for some odd reason, it didn't work out. So I asked for a release. So I was managed.
They granted it.
Yeah. Because I went 2 years without fighting. Like, I mean, I was signed to them and they never got me a fight, So I
didn't have one fight with them?
Not one fight with them. I got signed to them, never fought for them. So technically, no, I never did.
Okay, so you got released and then what?
I always had a manager. I was managed by Marilyn Rosa for a while. And then I was managed by Vinny for a while as well. And now I'm free. So I'm a free agent now.
Okay. Now you've fought some tough guys. Like early in your career, you only have like 11, 12 pro fights. What made you, instead of choosing like I don't want to say the smart route, because then that sounds bad, but like what made you choose the hard route? That's what I'll say. What made you like feel comfortable so early in your career taking on some of these top guys?
Because to be the best, you got to beat the best. And I wasn't planning on extending my I mean, now I'm doing it a little different, a little late in my career, but I'm still healthy. I feel young, and it's never too late. But I seen an opportunity, and I took it. And okay. I felt that I was a better fighter at that time. I was in good shape, but some wins come with territory, so it happens, and I'm not upset. But it behind me and keep moving.
There's guys 10-0, 15-0, 20-0 that wouldn't even take some of the fights that you have taken. So you got to respect it regardless.
Yeah.
What is your goal now? What are you looking to accomplish now?
Well, I'm not losing anymore. I told you that last time we spoke. And now with this opportunity that you guys are giving me to be New England champion, I'm gonna take it and I'm running. So
what do you have? What do you have in your thought process for the near future? Like you win this belt, then what? What would be like another goal for you?
Well, there's only one way, and it's up. So whatever comes my way and whatever you present to me, if the team is good with it, we're going with it. I'm a man, and any other person that stands in that ring is a man just like me. They got two arms just like me. So there's no fear at all. I don't care how many fights they got. When I got my trainer in my corner and it's fight night, we're there for a reason. And we got there training and we got there because we're ready to go.
Do you think there's any guys on the card that could be potential future guys in your path?
Yeah, maybe. I don't like mentioning names. I've never been that way. But yeah, there actually is a couple of fighters there that I wouldn't mind sharing the ring with them at all.
So we can't do messy midway, Mike.
Nah.
I mean, either way, we're not there yet.
I really wanted Noel to be on this with us because I guess, you know, when you have someone from the same gym, it kind of like gives you like that.
I didn't even have to
comfort.
ask the question.
Yeah,
Manuel was just like,
he's just too much.
Get it. He could get it. He could get it. Matter of fact, he could get it too. He's garbage. He's light work. I'm like, oh damn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree. You know what? I agree with him. I don't like mentioning names, but I agree with him. And so, I know what he's about. So I know he's a warrior. All right.
Just to play that devil's advocate, right? There's got to be a local fight that you're like, you know what? I like that fight. I win that fight. That does wonders for my career. Like, there's got to be a local fight that you eyeball, or a local fighter that you're like, you know, and it's no disrespect. It's not that like I don't like you or anything. It's just I know that if I beat you, this is gonna help my career.
Oscar, he's not gonna stop till you call someone else. So you may as
well
just do
AJ,
it.
I'm not gonna do it.
AJ, I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
All right.
It's no fear. It's just respect for every other fighter. That's it.
What about at a national level?
I feel that, like I said, I feel that when that time is there, it's time to play. So it really doesn't. See, Louis Rosa's fighters, not just me, but every other fighter that he has, we're warriors. When that bell rings, we don't give a damn who's in front of us. We've been in the ring with world champions. And no fear at all. So it is what it is at the end of the day. Once that bell rings, it's time to play.
Okay.
We'll take it. We'll take it as you're calling out everybody.
Basically,
who in your opinion, and this is not a call out, who in your opinion locally are some of the top guys that you feel are at your weight class?
I feel like we are the best. Louis Rosa's fighters are the best. So
you're the only 140 he's got.
No, not really. I mean, he has Jeffrey, but Jeffrey,
you know what's crazy is I keep forgetting
he's a big boy.
Jeffrey. I keep forgetting Jeffrey's 140 because he actually beat some cat at 154 in like Philly.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, honestly, I love his coach style, like that old school. I love it because he's not quick to just he's quick to take fights, but he's calculated. The reason why he's quick, like I've presented Coach Rosa with, like, I mean, I got William Foster, an undefeated guy in Philly. Well, an undefeated guy in Philly. It was a last minute fight and he took it. But the thing about it is he's calculated because he knows how he trains his warriors. He's like the ultimate sensei. Like he really does have some bad boys, to the point where when I offer some fights, they don't even ask me about the fighter. They'd be like, oh, he trains with Louis Rosa. I'm like, yeah. Like, guys get scared off of just the fact that he trains with Coach Rosa.
Yep, that's it. It happens.
So it's like, I think he definitely. I mean, and it speaks for itself. You got Charles Foster, undefeated, ranked probably in the top 15 at his weight class. William Foster, undefeated, probably in the top 15, 20 in his weight class. You know, Felix Pereira, we see what he's doing. We got Oscar, we got Anuel, Jeffrey. These guys are some bad boys. Elvis, can't forget Elvis.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
So I mean, these guys are some bad boys, you know. So he definitely, I've never gotten the chance to obviously train with him or see him train his guys, but I would put him up there with best trainers in New England, hands down. Because this product speaks for itself. He doesn't just have like one lucky fighter and the rest are like okay. Like no, all his fighters are good. So that says something.
Yeah, we're different. We are.
That's a stable right there. That's a stable.
Very different.
It is. It's a stable. That's and it's like, and he don't care. Like I mean, he's a weight class, 2 weight classes above my guy. No big deal. We got
yeah.
it.
And you know what? It's always been that way. Even in the amateurs, I remember going to fight, and he used to give up 5, 6, 7, 10 pounds, even as kids.
But as a fighter, and the reason why I feel like I can somewhat relate to this is having a coach that instills that much confidence and that much belief in you must make you even better of a fighter. Like you're more confident and believing in yourself. You know, because you're like, oh wow, you think that me at 140 can beat this guy at 154? Shit, you see more in me than I do, you know?
Yep.
I've never presented a fight with him where he said no. Ever.
Yeah.
And that's scary. That's scary. I actually got a call from somebody who represents Top Rank. Another fight for William. The kid was like 16-0, big payday TV fight. He said yeah in a heartbeat. The other kid said no. Imagine that.
It
The other
sounds
kid
like
that I'm like, oh shit. So once I went back and was like, yeah, you know, William Foster will take the fight. They were like, yeah, nah, we're good. So
yeah, it sounds like Louis.
So how's training camp coming along for you?
Well, now it's a little different. It's not like the first time. Well, remember, me and Arnold went 2 years without fighting. So when we were getting ready for this last fight that we had on your card, we were more focused on getting in shape. See, now it's a little different. Now it's working on things that need to be worked on. So I mean, training camp is going well.
I love it. A
little different. Working on things that are a little uncomfortable now, but fight night, they're just gonna come up.
I tell guys that a lot, that if you stay around your fight weight in between fights, when a fight does come up, you can actually focus on skills and a game plan for your fight. Mm-hmm. If you blew you up in weight too much, you spend most of your training camp draining yourself and thinking about getting the weight down. And before you know it, you didn't focus on any skill training, any kind of game plan, because you just focus on the whole time as I gotta lose the weight. You know, so I'm excited for both of you guys, because I know that must have been, you know, two and a half years out the ring. Most of that last training camp had to have been focusing on getting in shape and getting the weight off.
Yeah, so that's where that we answer. That's why I answer your question. That now is not more of a weight situation. Now is more of a working on different stuff, on skill and different techniques.
I think those were the perfect comeback fights, because you don't get the ring rust off with a one punch KO in the first round. You know, both of you guys went a decision. I know Anuel's mad because he likes to knock guys out, but I thought that was perfect. 2 years off, but to fight at that pace, to throw like that's the biggest way you could knock that ring rust off.
Yeah, you know, he worked. I know that
both of you did.
Yeah.
You did too, and it was like, whoa, okay. I'm glad that's how you guys' comeback fights went, because now it's really like we don't have to ease you back into it now. Now it's like, all right, ring rust off. We're full head of steam going forward.
Can we expect the same intensity in the walkout? That walkout was phenomenal when you came out for that last fight, and
I think more. More
yeah,
intense.
let's go. That
There's more
was
at stake.
phenomenal, man. The
It's a
entrance
bigger
was great.
achievement. Like no matter what he accomplishes or doesn't accomplish in his career, at the end of the day, when that career is said and done, he walks away at least saying, at one point in time, I was the New England champion. So I think this walkout is more intense, you know.
I dig it.
And actually, Anuel got a new opponent today, which Chris
Really?
Rosa took it in a heartbeat. He got a tough guy. Got a tough Italian guy from Italy. The dude has I'll tell you, the dude got this fight was made today. And he's got 31 fights.
Nice.
31 fight veteran to Anuel's 3 fights. So that's another good fight for him, for Anuel to really show his skill and who he is. And
I was
nice,
ready
man.
for anybody.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
Yeah.
At this pace, we're gonna have him fighting for a 135 New England title, you know. And then it only goes up from there. You got your New England title, then you get some regional belts, and then you start. Then the heavy gold starts coming in.
Yes. And that, like I said, that, you know, that's the only way.
Richie's fighting for another title at a new weight class.
He did.
This guy can't even fit any more belts, and he's still fighting for belts.
That's what's up. He's going down, right?
Yeah, he's going down to super middleweight.
Okay. Awesome.
So he's actually got a new opponent as of today as well. His original opponent caught COVID.
Wow.
But I commend Richie because last minute you either got a guy who sucks and is desperate for money and will take the fight, or you got a guy who's good, doesn't care about the money, thinks that he could beat you and will take the fight. And he's got one of those. He's got one of those guys he's a good fighter. He thinks he could beat Richie, so he's taking the fight.
Oh, it's gonna be an interesting night then.
If anything, he's got a tougher opponent now. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Richie's a nut too. He's the same way. He don't care. He wants everybody.
He does. I mean, I don't care how much of a bum. I mean, granted, if I gotta fight anyone, I mean, I would, but I don't care how much of a bum you are. Like, if I'm not a heavyweight, I'm not fighting at heavyweight. Like, this dude has fought at heavyweight, cruiserweight, light heavyweight. Now gonna fight at super middleweight. Like, because even them heavyweight bums, they could land a big shot and that could just be night. You know, he's a nut.
One punch changes everything.
So, and I mean, but I respect it too. He just wants to show he belongs. Well, sure. There's sometimes where I'm like, "You sure, bro? You sure that's the fight that you want?" He's like, "Yeah, make that shit happen." All right, I'll try.
That's cool. That's what's up. Nah, he's a warrior though.
Iron sharpens iron. So I assume you, Anuel, Felix get a lot of sparring in.
Yes.
How is that? How is that with each other like?
Well, I tell you what. If Anuel would have fought on your card the last time we fought, if he would have fought the way he looks now, his opponent wouldn't last more than a round. So that should answer.
Wow.
He looks very, very, very different.
His opponent thinks he won that fight.
His opponent could fight Anuel 10 more times and he won't beat Anuel. So, I don't think he won that fight. I mean, not because we're from the same gym. It's just Ano got the cleaner punches. He got the cleaner punches. He was busier. His opponent was busy as well. I'm not gonna lie, but it's the clean punches that count at the end of the day.
So I think I've shown on a few of my shows that styles make fights, not records, right? So with that being said, how do you guys think, or I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the card, what do you guys think about the old timer New England fight that I got between Pagan and Shaka?
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I think more is he's a veteran. I mean, he's been in the ring with a lot of fighters.
Mm-hmm. Crafty vet. Yes. Very crafty vet.
He knows a lot of techniques. Pagan he just got to be ready. He got to be in shape and just let his hands go.
Yeah.
I get along with both of them. I'm not choosing sides this time.
Yeah, no, I'm not even asking to choose sides. I'm not
I know, but
I like to fight. I like to fight a lot because, like I said, a lot of people might look at the records and be like, this is gonna be an easy fight for Pagan or so. I was like, no. Like,
people, like you said, records.
Styles make fights, not records. I mean, Carlos, you would never think Carlos is what 3-6 now. Mm-hmm. You would never think that. He's a very polished fighter, And but it's the styles, Some styles are gonna make him look better than others, and it's the same thing. I feel like Wilfredo and Shaka has a style where it could be very, very, very entertaining or very, very, very boring.
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be very entertaining.
Yeah. I don't
because Shakai is he likes to fight.
He does.
He's a warrior
as well. But he also has that sometimes, because I've had Shaka on a couple of my shows. He fought Derek Whitley on my show before, but he has a little bit of like a peekaboo style, almost like Winky Wright.
Yes, and he knows how to use the ring.
So sometimes it could be boring, but sometimes it could be make for an exciting fight. I think it ultimately comes down to what Wilfredo does. If Wilfredo forces him to fight, then, I mean, this could be another New England Fight of the Year candidate.
Yeah, I agree.
Wilfredo put on a show, no doubt.
And then another fight that I'm gonna make a prediction for a possible fight of the night. Bates and Morris.
Okay. Yep.
I just think that their styles are so similar that it just automatically makes for a good fight. Automatically. It's almost like, you put Triple G and Canelo in the ring, they have the same style. But that kind of fight's going to be entertaining. That's why both fights were close. One was a draw and one was like a split decision.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have those styles that they just suit each other. They fit well. Oscar's another one. Oscar got that come forward, ready to bang style. And that I think makes an exciting fight with the opponent he has, because his opponent only knows how to do that. His opponent doesn't know how to box and move and be slick. His opponent only knows how to be rough and tough.
Yep.
So
he does.
I think that's right there. Them two alone, boom. That's gonna make for an exciting fight. I honestly I was really trying to critique my card. I critique my card all the time. I'm always making changes and stuff. And I was looking at it and I'm like, there's not really any fight. Maybe there's probably 2 fights that I could see ending early. Maybe 3 out of the 13.
Dude,
You
it's
think
gonna
so?
be, it's intense. And I'll tell
Maybe
you what,
like 3 or 4 out of the 13 will end early.
those tickets are too cheap for this show.
You
Those
think
tickets
so?
You
are
know what though? What
way too cheap.
out of the 13 fights, 13 fights, I say like so. Yeah, I think like maybe like 4 of them will end early. When I mean early, I mean like for not going past the first round.
Which ones, AJ?
Okay. Okay.
We want names. We want a different kind of messy midway. Which ones are gonna
I
end
know, right?
early?
Yeah. Which one? You got a lot of fighters.
I know. I don't know. That's to be determined. That's to be determined. Come
That's
out
a
April
tough spot.
29th. Come out April 29th and find out. Yeah, no, so to answer your question, you said tickets are too cheap for this kind of card, but we want to make it family friendly. We want to make it to where, your auntie, your uncle, your cousins, the husband, the wife, and honestly, we're in a new city. I can gauge what we're gonna do in Worcester. Worcester's our backyard. Like, I can't wait to bring Oscar to Worcester. He's been in Webster, now he'll be in Springfield. I can't wait to bring him to Worcester because I can gauge what we can do in Worcester.
Yeah.
But I can't gauge what we're gonna do in Springfield. I've never been. I've never done it. I don't know what their walk up is like. I don't know if the fan base is only gonna be off of what tickets the fighters are gonna be sold, or if there's gonna be random people like, hey, there's fights tonight. Let's go check them out. Because like in Worcester, like we get those. We get like I would say anywhere between like 200 and 400 people random that nobody sold a ticket to that just come the night of the fight. Like, hey,
Yeah.
there's a fight going on.
I think you're gonna get that in Springfield too, because Springfield has a lot of Spanish people. Spanish people like boxing.
And the Willies.
Well,
there's like a million of them.
I'm hoping that with it being, because a lot of people are like, why the college? Why the college? One, it fits a lot of people, but two, I'm hoping that the college kids got nothing to do, and they're like, hey, let's go check out this fight that's happening right here at our school.
Yeah, I get it.
I know if I was back in my college and there was a boxing fight, I would go. Even if I didn't know who was fighting, I would go because it was do it at my school,
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I think the ride's a little easier for you Connecticut guys, right?
Yeah, it is. Thank God. It is.
Yeah.
It's close.
Richie told me it's only like he's like, that's basically like my backyard.
Yeah,
like,
he's
it's really close to Hartford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right after Hartford.
So yeah, it's so I did an academy in Chicopee. And I was staying in Hartford at the time when I went to the academy. So, and my ride in the morning time was 30 minutes.
Nice. Not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. I was actually in Springfield about a week ago. I had to go over there and drop some stuff off, and it took me about maybe an hour.
Okay, that's not bad at all. I forgot you're deeper Connecticut. That's why.
Well, I'm in Bridgeport, but we fight out of New Haven. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Do you guys get any sparring with the Springfield guys?
We've gone. I mean, we've gone to spar in different places, but when we were in Lewis Gym, they usually came, like, people from everywhere just came to us. So we didn't have to leave. And then we have a lot of fighters, so we don't really gotta go nowhere, which is a good thing.
Yep.
So, a lot of fighters came to see us, and we used to get work. Even now, they still come from different gyms and give the guys work.
What is if you ever can recall, besides the guys in your own personal gym, what is, like, for my dad says Pernell Whitaker, like, what is one of the best sparrings? Like, when you think about it, you're like, oh man, that was a great sparring. What is one of the best sparring that you ever experienced?
That I ever experienced? I mean, I've been in the ring with Toka. I've been in the ring with with Tremaine.
Man, what a hell of a fighter that kid is.
Yeah, he is.
That kid's like a 19-time national champion.
Yeah, he's really good. He's sharp. I've been dealing with a lot of guys. I just off the top of my head, I really just can't point
There's
out.
not one that sticks out where you're like, yo, that I learned a lot in that sparring. That sparring was like, that kid is a really great fighter. Like my dad, I know my dad, he says Pernell Whitaker, but he also says Boo Boo. Before Boo Boo,
Yeah.
way before Boo Boo even became Boo Boo. Like he was like, I think it was like 16, 17 years old. It was after one of the sparring sessions when my dad was getting ready for a world championship fight. My dad looks at Boo Boo's dad and he's like, you got a world champion on your hands. That kid is guaranteed world champion.
I don't know. I just feel like we have like great fighters in our gym. So it's just like,
yeah.
I
So
feel
it's like
like we're
regular.
the best. I feel like we're the best,
Yeah.
to be honest. So I mean, we don't really have to. I mean, it's good to go out, you know, and it's good to get different work, but we have amazing work. So
Yeah.
I really can't
We might
give
have to do.
somebody
We
else
might
that
have to
credit.
do we might have to go like what the amateurs do, and we might have to do like a Connecticut versus Massachusetts
I was
show.
gonna say, yeah, stable versus
That'll be
stable.
cool.
Amateurs do that a lot. They'll do like Connecticut versus Massachusetts, or they'll do like USA versus Ireland. They do like those like weird amateur shows, but I'm thinking we're gonna have to do a Connecticut versus Massachusetts pro show.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Yeah, you think so? I don't think it doesn't even sound fair. Let's go through some episode who that would be. I mean,
All right, so
you-
for Felix's weight class, Felix is 126. So you got Felix at 126. I would personally feel like Massachusetts is best 126. No bias. I would say Irvin is probably the best 126 in Massachusetts.
so
And then for William is 135. William's Connecticut. The best 135 in Massachusetts is obviously Jermaine. Oscar is 140. The best 140 in Massachusetts. Now that's hard. That's hard because the only one that comes to mind, he hasn't fought in a while. And there's really not that many top 140 guys in Massachusetts, but I would say 140 would be Adrian Sosa. Onwell's also 135. So if I went to another 135 in Massachusetts, it's not Jermaine. I would say he's not Massachusetts, he's Rhode Island, but I would say the next best behind Jermaine would probably be that kid Alejandro Paulino. But he's Rhode Island. I can't think of another 135 in Massachusetts, to be honest. Then you got Jeffrey. For shits and giggles, I'm going to put Jeffrey at 147 because I can't even think of any other 140s. So if we got Jeffrey at 147, I would say the best 147 in New England. I mean, not in New England. We're not saying New England. We're saying Massachusetts specifically. Best 147 in Massachusetts. He retired, but I would have to give it to Kyrie Todd.
he's back
okay.
though. He's back.
Oh yeah,
Did
he
he
did the
retire?
Brady. Yeah, he did the Brady. He did the Brady.
Yeah, he's back.
And then, oh shoot, actually, no, I lied. I could also put 140 Derek Whitley, and I could put 147 Denzel Whitley. Those would be the next best Massachusetts guys at those weight classes. And then Elvis, 168. There's only two guys that come to mind from Massachusetts when I say 168, and that would obviously be Kendrick Ball and Francis Hogan.
We got to get Frank a fight, man.
Is Francis Hogan 68 or is he 60?
I thought he was 68.
Okay, yeah, I thought so too. He's a big boy.
Yeah,
But I would say him and Kendrick Ball would be the obvious. And then if I went 175, you got Charles Foster and Richie Rivera. Those are for the Connecticut guys. Massachusetts. Shit, I'll go Edwin Rodriguez. Bring him out of retirement. That's it. I can't even think of anyone 175, and that's no disrespect if I'm missing anyone's name or whatever. I'm just thinking about top guys doing it, killing it right now from specifically just Massachusetts, no other states, and obviously specifically Connecticut. Yeah, I couldn't even. I don't know. Do you guys think of anybody at 175? Top guy from Mass?
Nope.
Nope.
So we know Connecticut definitely got that one. They got Richie and Charles.
Yes.
And then that's probably the biggest you guys got, right? Is Charles? Is there anyone in the gym bigger than Charles?
No, he's the biggest one.
So Charles is the biggest at 175. So there you go. But that also, we also left out some great guys that are from Rhode Island. Rhode Island got a good stable, Boo Boo. That's number one right there. Then you go Toka. Toka's in there. Alejandro Paulino. Elijah's in there. Bling Bling is in there. Basically, what Coach Rosa's gym is in Connecticut is what Roland Estrada's gym is in Rhode Island. He's got some bad boys over there.
That would be a good one.
Oscar's like, he's got the smile like, I'm not going to say nothing because I already said I'm not calling nobody out, but I'm unimpressed. I'm unimpressed. That's what his face is. I'm just going to sit here and go.
I'm just listening.
I'm just listening, but I'm not impressed. What do you have any fight experience against any of those Rhode Island guys?
I only fought two guys from out there. That's it.
Who are the two guys you fought from Rhode Island?
I fought Sullivan.
Who?
That he's not fighting anymore. Scott.
Oh, okay, Scott Sullivan.
Yeah, I don't think he's fighting anymore. I fought him on Jimmy's show, and then I fought Talomba.
Is Talomba really Rhode Island or is he Massachusetts?
I think he's Rhode. I'm not sure. I think he's Rhode Island.
I'm gonna look that one up.
I don't know. Oh well, now I think he's in Florida now.
Probably relocated.
Yeah, he's.
Oh yeah, his birth. His residence is in Florida, but he is from Rhode Island. I forgot about. I always thought he was Massachusetts.
Those are the only two guys.
Kid? What was that kid? He was really good in the amateurs. Tommy Duquette. Do you remember him? He was really good in the amateurs. I wonder if he's Massachusetts or Rhode Island.
The name sounds familiar. I just don't remember.
He was a really good amateur. He was actually going to like the trials and stuff, and then he just stopped boxing completely.
Okay.
What
was his name? What was his name again?
Tommy Duquette.
Tommy Duquette.
Yeah, it's like DUQ. UETTE, something like that.
Oh, okay.
He was a really good fighter at one point. I remember him going to the Nationals. I remember him going to Olympic trials. I'm pretty sure he damn near almost made the team. I remember him being on the national team, if I remember correctly, because Kendrick has the pictures in his gym. When Duquette made the team, Edwin Rodriguez was on the team. Demetrius Andrade was on the team. Will Rosinski was on the team. There was a few big names on that national team.
Oh, okay. He was there.
Yep, he was there. What was I gonna say? Who are your top 5 fighters all time? Right, not all time. Well, I'll ask you all time after. Who are your current top 5 fighters in boxing right now? Who do you think are like the
Shakur,
bad boy?
really bad boy. I like Valdez.
I do too. I do
like
too. You know what that fight reminds me of? Not the styles, because I know the styles are different, but that fight reminds me of Shane Mosley and Oscar De La Hoya. They were both young, undefeated, in their prime, champions. And I think actually neither of them were at their peak when they fought each other, because they both got better. I think they were just both really good, young, in their prime champions, and they even got better after they fought. And they fought twice. Great fights.
I think it's gonna be a good fight between them.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good fight. I do too. Because I still don't think either one of them has hit their peak. They're both young, so I don't even think either one of them have hit their grown man body yet. I think they both still have their natural strength, as opposed to like when you hit 26, 27, 28 and you hit your physical peak as a man, then I think that's when they're really going to hit their prime. That's when they're really going to be. Almost like Canelo, you know? Granted, we know Canelo's had some steroid issues, whatever, but part of it, him knocking guys out now, is he's actually in his physical peak.
But he's a big boy.
He was a 15, 16-year-old boy when he turned pro. You know, and then even when he was fighting, a lot of people forget, like when was the last time you seen a fighter with 50 fights, period? Canelo's got like 50-something wins already. And he's not slowing down anytime soon. He's not retiring. He's still mad young.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of people forget, like when he was at 154, he still didn't have that. He was still like 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, you know. As he's getting older now, you know, they say a man scientifically doesn't hit his physical peak till the ages of 26 to 28. So I think that played a role in him taking off. Is that now
he's a big boy. I would have to add him to that 5.
So you would say Shakur, Valdez, Canelo.
I don't know. I mean,
do you put Spence in that list?
Huh?
You put Spence in that list?
Yeah, I'll put him in that list. Yeah, Spencer's. Yeah,
there's 4. So you got room for one more.
I like Lomachenko.
I respect that list.
Yeah.
I would have went. So just because I think Lomachenko is now on the other side of his career, I think he's gonna start going downhill. I would have either put Tank or Bud Crawford.
But this kid, Kambosos is good too.
Kambosos is good, but is he a top 5 fighter right now? Nah, because I think Kambosos would lose to anyone at that weight class. I think the only guys he would beat are, obviously he beat Teofimo, but I think Teofimo took him lightly. I think if they rematch, Teofimo would beat him. I think he was just too busy looking past him. but I think he would beat Ryan Garcia, and I'm unsure about that Devin Haney fight. I don't think Devin Haney. I don't think Devin Haney has the pop to keep him off him.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't think
I'll be right back, guys.
Haney could beat him. I don't think he could. And I think that if Teofimo was to fight him 5 more times, he'll lose 5 more times then. I think that he got in his head already. Like he let like what Adrian said, I think he took him too lightly. So I don't think that'll change if they have a future rematch or another fight, whatever.
I don't think that. Scared of him. Nobody's scared of him.
I don't think the result will change. You don't think what will change?
I think that if they was to fight again, Teofimo will lose again. Yeah, I think he'll lose again. Yeah, I think he could fight. I think, in my opinion, if he was to fight him 5 more times he'll lose. I just think that.
I think, and I could be wrong. I think part of, aside from him overlooking Kambosos,
that's what it is.
I think that health. He had like a real serious health condition. Like could have died during that fight. He had like, I think it was something like air pockets in his lungs or something. It was like they said it was like the equivalent of somebody just like standing on your chest. Like they don't know how he was able to breathe and go all 12 rounds.
Pneumonia, right? Didn't they call it pneumonia?
No, it was like so he already has asthma, and he caught COVID, and the COVID made his asthma worse. And like he ended up with like air pockets in his lungs. Like it was some crazy shit.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
No.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
Being in there,
scary
all those rounds, and
nobody picked up on it too. Like it's crazy. Like you go into a fight thinking that you're perfectly healthy, and then like it could have been your last.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, he's tough. I mean, he went all those rounds, and I mean, I'm sure he knew something wasn't right, and he kept going.
Yeah. Well, he knew something wasn't right in training camp. He just wanted to fight.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, but I think that now after they did fight, putting that condition to the side or any of that, I think that. I think he'll lose again. Honestly,
you still think he would lose again?
I think he would. It's just that they already shared the ring, and he showed him that he has pop. So he's gonna go in there. I think that he'll go in there a little bit more cautious, and I think that'll benefit Kambosos more. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I think that he'll lose to him again.
Yep.
So getting back to, as we wrap up, April 29th, we can expect he put on a good show in December. We can expect a better show now. Training camp has been going great, you say. Weight obviously looking like it's on par. You're looking to come home with the belt.
No, I am coming home with the belt.
He's coming home with the belt. Mark his words. He said it.
That's it.
Is there any sponsors, teammates, loved ones, anyone you want to shout out, fans, whoever that you want to shout out?
I mean, you know, first and foremost, well, I mean, I thank God and my team, of course, my family, always by my side. And I mean, I thank you for giving me the opportunity again.
No problem.
Mike, for having me on.
Love it, man.
I mean, no, it sponsors myself. I have my own business, so you know, So
tell everyone what your business is.
Well, I have a towing business. I have a shop where we do repairs I have a lot of private properties. I have tow trucks, so I'm in that game.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good, man. I know it's probably stressful, so you can probably get all your anger out in the ring April 29th. Bring it all, get all that stress out. So,
Yeah.
good shit.
All right,
Hey,
so we'll see you at the press conference, April 13th, and then
That's
we'll see
Wednesday,
you
right?
April 13th. Is that a Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Wednesday night, dress code.
Wednesday night. So a week from today, we'll see you guys again. We'll get some interviews in. Then we'll see you at the weigh-in, and then we'll see you on fight night.
Perfect.
Oscar,
All right,
my
take it
friend.
easy, bro.
Awesome.
Good luck. We'll see you soon, my man.